Hello, women of the channel. I'm Jackie Rives, your community leader, and welcome to another Woman of the Week. This week, I have the pleasure of getting to know Melissa Gould, Canadian distribution and emerging solution provider sales leader with Lenovo. Hi, Melissa. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Hi, thanks for having me. No, my title's just a little, just a little wordy.
Yeah, but I think I nailed it.
Yeah,
All
totally nailed it.
right, Melissa, let's start off with those icebreaker questions.
Okay.
And I love that you've got us mixing things up here. So, are you someone who plans everything or go with the flow?
Definitely a planner. The only time I'm okay going with the flow is if I know that the other person has already planned everything. So definitely not us fly by the seat of my pants and, show up at the airport and we'll decide where to go. No, not me.
All right. Well, we are two of a kind here because I'm definitely a planner. And I would say the only time I like going with the flow is on vacation with parameters, kind of like what you were saying.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Outside of work, what is something you genuinely love spending your time on?
Well, as you can probably see, I'm a little bit of a Disney nut. So I would say that the three things are definitely strolling down Main Street, USA at Disney World with my family, cheering very loudly for my Toronto Rock lacrosse team here in Canada, and reading as many books as humanly possible. I usually have three on the go. So a business book or a biography book, a fiction book on my Kindle, and then a book club book.
I really like this. Lots going on. Happiest place on earth. So I can't blame you. Lots of fond memories with my girls there and my husband. And books is like a new thing for me, like really trying to make sure I read more this year. So I might have to hit you up with some
Absolutely. Follow me
suggestions.
on
Yeah.
Goodreads.
Yes, I will. I barely have any friends on
Well,
Goodreads.
there you go. I'll be your friend on Goodreads.
Well, this conversation's already going really well. What is one capability or behavior that consistently sets you apart? And how did you cultivate it?
So, at the core of who I am, I'm very much a relationship first person. I have friends and colleagues that tell me that my superpower is making people feel like they're the only client or partner that I have. And I take a lot of pride in nurturing that strength. So, my career, my entire career, has been built on supporting partners. And I'm very proud that I try to make each one feel valued, regardless of their size. I like to cultivate this superpower through clear, thoughtful communication and try to be very intentional in my communication to create trust and make people feel supported and seen and valued and prioritized.
Oh, I love that. And I'm sure your customers really appreciate it. I don't know, just the few minutes we've been talking, I can see how pretty much everyone in your life would feel that way. I already feel like I know you, and we just met 2 minutes ago. All right. So, Melissa, with all you have going on, how do you protect or create that your energy, like protect your energy and create sustainability in your work and life?
So I hold myself to a pretty high standard and I try to be a strong role model for my teenage daughter, my team, other women in Lenovo and in the industry. So I can have the tendency to get burnt out. So one thing that's helped me tremendously is actually a lesson I took from Ali Love at one of the first Women of the Channel events that I went to, and showing myself grace and setting up personal boundaries with my time. So I can't always say yes to all the family and friend functions. I try to practice what I preach and be very vulnerable with my team as I ask them to be with me. So things like if I am burnt out from a hectic travel schedule or just life in general, to try to reschedule the one-on-one meetings so that I can fully be present with them and give them my full and undivided attention. And I really relish in the quiet. My manager actually told me that I'm probably one of the most extroverted introvert that he's ever met. So I do need to rest and recharge. And when I do that, I relish to be in the quiet. So I tend to get up really early on the weekends before the rest of my family and spend quiet time on my couch with my coffee, a blanket, and read one of my books, which help refuel my energy and keep me going.
I love that. Yes, I like the introvert extrovert. I could totally relate to that. I love talking to people and being out there, but like after a while, especially if you have a full day of meetings, it's
Exactly.
like everybody just please. I
Yes.
need to recharge my batteries now.
And it's funny because if you're not in this world that we live in, people don't quite often understand. So, like, I have a lot of times where, like, even if we got a book club meeting on a Friday, I'll be like, ladies, I'm out. Or if I'm coming, I'm going to be the girl in the corner with the glass of wine because I've kind of talked myself out and I don't want to chit chat anymore.
No, I totally get that.
Yeah,
I love that you're instilling that with your teams and as you said, being as transparent as possible and giving them space, and making sure that they know that that's okay too. So that'll
absolutely.
help them prevent that burnout.
Absolutely. We don't operate on our best if we're running on fumes. So
Mm-mm.
it's always better to take the time, take the afternoon and just recharge, and you'll come back 10 times stronger and able to see things clearer the next day.
I know this is resonating with our listeners and can't wait to hear what they do as well. So, Melissa, I'm going to throw an extra question in here before we get to your closing question. And that is for you to share some advice for our listeners.
So it's funny. When I think about, I almost want to say the theme a few years ago of being your authentic self. And that truly, truly resonated with me because it is hard to be something that you're not. And every once in a while, you have to put yourself in that situation and you do have to flex that muscle. But if you're constantly living against who you are, it's way too much work. So, the one thing I would say, and every one piece of advice I give to up and comers and who I mentor is just truly be your authentic self. Because the world, one, doesn't need more of the same. And whatever superpowers or quirks or things that you have, you'll just be more successful in life embracing who you truly are.
That last part is the key because I've been there, tried to be what I thought other people thought I needed to be. Most recently being the 4 years ago when the first time I went on stage at Women of the Channel East, and I bombed because I was trying to be something I wasn't, and it was clear, just nervous and am I going to say the wrong thing? And I don't know. The second year I came back, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna pretend like y'all are at my
Yeah.
house and because I'm here to serve you. And if I fall, if I say the wrong word or if I can't think of the word, so be it.
It's funny that you say that because somebody I know who was giving us a speech and they were very nervous and I said, one, nobody ever knows if you're
Mm.
flubbing because the only person who
Mhm.
knows your script is you.
Yes.
And the second thing is if you're truly being authentic and you're truly talking about something that is deep and meaningful and personal to you, if your voice gets a frog in it, it just means that all the more what you're saying is even truer. And I think people don't look at you and say, "Oh my god, look at they got a frog." They look at it and say like, "Wow, they're really truly telling me the truth and being authentic." And it just resonates way more with people.
So glad that I threw that extra question in there. This is such great advice. Right. Closing
Okay.
question.
Okay.
Since you're an avid reader, what
Yes.
is one book or podcast that you would recommend to our
I
listeners?
struggle getting into podcasts because I'm definitely not an
That's
auditory
okay.
learner. But okay, so if you've ever had to negotiate anything in your life with people with different personalities, whether that be in your job or in your life or your
Mhm.
family, I highly recommend reading The Ride of a Lifetime by Bob Iger. I swear it's not because I'm a huge Disney adult fan, but when you read how he leads with empathy and changes his style based on who he's negotiating with. So, how he negotiated with Steve Jobs to buy Pixar, how he negotiated with George Lucas for Star Wars. It really demonstrates how being empathetic and understanding the personalities of who you're negotiating with will
Mhm.
get you over the line to be more successful.
Okay, well, it's going on my list. Issa, it was an absolute joy getting to know you, and I warned you this time goes by
It
so
does. And
fast.
thank you for putting me at ease like you said you would. And I did. Next time we should do it with cocktails, though.
Hey, I'm on. All right, Melissa, we are so thrilled to be celebrating you as our Woman of the Week, and thank you so much. And to our community members, please give Melissa your high fives, share your insights. I'm sure she would love to see those as well. So until next time, have an amazing week.